Hello everyone. Welcome to Geography's Chapter 3 Our Changing Earth, Part 3. As you all have seen and studied in earlier parts, that we have two earth movements, that is exogenic and endogenic. We have done endogenic and now we are with the topics of exogenic forces, means the natural forces acting on upper layer of the crust. Let's study in detail about the work of river and work of ice. These are the two topics which we are going to study in detail in this particular video. Let's begin with the work of river. A river is a natural channel of running water. Running water means flowing water. A river flows, it erodes the landscape. Erodes here it means, as you have already seen in the erosion, taking away one particle towards the other part. That is known as eroding the landscape. It carries along this load of rocks, stones, and other particles with itself. With the flow of water, the pebbles or the rocks are flooded from one part towards the other part. In the highlands, the river flows very rapidly. As a result, erosion is faster. In the higher area, the river is in speedy manner, and this is how the erosion is faster as compared towards the low plain areas. The river cuts out deep V-shaped valley in the solid rocks of the landscape. So as you can imagine that V-shaped is being formed because of the pressure of the water. The flow of the water is so fast that it erodes and down part it makes a V-shaped valley. A waterfall. By this topic, you just imagine in your city you are having a world famous thing, that is Bheda Ghat. A waterfall is there. Just imagine that thing and see in this particular picture. A waterfall is created when river plunges down from great heights at the edge of a highland or a steep valley. As you must have seen, everybody have seen Dhuadhar, Bheda Ghat area, where water is being falling from higher area towards the lower area, and the part here you can see the hard rock. Here hard rock is being cut down with the force of the water, and this is how down when it is going the soft rock is being eroded and the rapids are being formed. In the highlands, when the river jumps over hard rocks and boulders that cannot be easily eroded, rapids are formed. So this is how this picture is showing you, and you can understand that soft rock is being cut down and it is being eroded from one particular part towards the other part. Pebbles and stones and boulders are eroded to other parts. Hope you have understood this picture. Then let us come towards the different other features of the river formations. The river flows slowly over the plains, carving wide valleys. As just now you have seen that the flow of the river is faster in the highland area, but in the lower areas, the flow of the river is not as speedy, but it is in slow manner, but it makes a turns and twist in the formations. As you can see here with the upper picture, this meanders means that turns, twist and bends over the wide plains that forms a loop, and these loops are known as the meanders. Continuous erosion and deposition along opposite sides of the meander brings the ends of the loop closer until they nearly join. And then another important thing, just see down, the main river breaks away and leaves behind a cutoff horseshoe shaped lake called Oxbow. Now, what is this Oxbow lake? During the time of the rainy season, we are having lot of water. Volume of water is more in number. When the flow of the water is having more volume of water, it floods the complete area. But after the rainy season, when the river is in its natural forces, it moves in its own direction, and one of the area is cut out. This cutout area is known as the Oxbow Lakes. It is cut off, that means it is not in touch with the flow of the river. During the time of the rainy season, it was there, but after the rainy season, it is away from the natural flow of the river. That particular part is known as the Oxbow Lake, which is in the shape of the horseshoe also. Let us come towards another important topic, that is floodplains. As you all are aware of floodplains, because these days you are already watching in the news channels and you are seeing in the papers also that in the rainy season in different parts of our country we are seeing the floodplains. What it means? Due to increase in volume, sometimes the river overflows its banks, flooding the surrounding areas. When more volume of water comes, it floods the nearby areas. Fine sediments of silt and clay are deposited along its bank by the flood water. Now, what is the silt and clay? It is the same thing which I told you in the waterfalls, that the rocks are cut down. When cut down, it turns into pebbles. From pebbles, it is turned into fine particles, and that fine particle is known as the silt. And these silt and the clay, that means soil, are being deposited in the nearby areas, in the side areas of the rivers. As more deposition takes place along the sides of the rivers, raised embankment called levees. You can see here levees. What does it means? Means the boundaries. Embankment means boundaries. When the floodplains arrives, the water is more in number, and when the water is being flown, when the flood is over, that makes a boundaries, that is actually known as the levees. Now, the word delta, here in the picture, delta, you can see shoreline and the distributary channels are being shown. Distributaries, here it means when different streams of the rivers are coming from different directions and they are accumulated towards one area, that is known as the deltaic area. This delta is actually a depositional landform formed by a network of distributaries. The shape of the delta is triangular. You can see here the shape in the round circle. You can see here the shape is in triangular. The Ganga Brahmaputra Delta of India is the largest delta in the world. One of the important feature of this river is that we are having world famous deltaic area, largest delta in the world, Ganga Brahmaputra area, which is towards the Bay of Bengal side area. Here we are having the Ganga Brahmaputra Delta. Then we are having another very important topic, that is related towards the work of ice. In the work of ice, we are going to read about the snowfields. Snowfields means snowfields are formed by the snow which falls in high latitudes and the heights. This is another important topic. Work of ice. Under work of ice, we are going to read these particular things. A glacier is a river of ice, snow and ice that moves out very slowly from the snowfields. When a glacier passes through a valley, the floor and sides of the valley are eroded by rock pieces present in the glacier. Now, this process is same. In the river also you have seen that the particles are eroded and it is moved towards one part to another part. Glacier also same thing happened. The thing is that glaciers are heavy particles of water, and this is how they take slow process to move from one place to another. And in the river formation you have seen V-shaped valley is formed, and here in the glacier you find U-shaped valley. In the upper picture you are having the U-shaped valley with the force of the snowfall and the snowfields. The formation is of U-shaped. Let us come towards the cirque and the glacial moraines. Now, what are these cirques? They are actually the slope of mountain. When the slope of mountain, the glacier carves out deep hollows. It develops an armchair like depression, which is known as cirques. Here, the red color with the red line, it is being shown that the blank area where nothing was there, but when the snow melts, it forms a tarn area. A hollow area is being filled up with the melted water of the snow, and that is known as cirques. In the next picture also you can see the tarn area, and they are like an armchair. It shapes like an armchair, naturally armchair. The capacity of glacier to carry load is reduced when it starts melting. Hence, it deposits the rock material on the floor and side of the valley. These deposits form glacial moraines. So this is how this completes the topic of exogenic of this part. In the next, we are going to read with the other parts. Thank you. God bless you all.